Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Dorman, chiropractic physician, master hypnotist, and I welcome you to this short video, which is one in a series of videos I created to answer frequently asked questions I hear every day. And just so you know, the rest of the videos in this series you can access through clicking a link we'll provide at the end of this video. In this video, I answer the question, how does chiropractic treatment work? Simply, chiropractic treatment works by improving joint dysfunction to remove nerve irritation. So to begin, let's understand the basic mechanism of each and every joint in the body. Now let's remember, in the average adult human being, there's 206 bones. Every place two bones come together forms a joint, and every joint has three main structures in common. Number one, a joint has ligaments. The ligaments hold the two bones together and provide stability. Number two, the joint contains cartilage, and this cartilage provides space and cushion for the joint to move easily. And three, there are muscles that cross the joint. The muscles provide movement. When these three components all work together, the joint functions perfectly and all is well. However, each and every joint has the potential to become dysfunctional. And there are two main types of joint dysfunction that chiropractic treatment addresses. The first is called a fixation. And a fixation is when two or more bones that come together lose their ability to move easily and become jammed or stiffened. The second type of joint dysfunction we treat as chiropractors, it's called a subluxation. The subluxation is when those bones, rather than sticking or jamming as in a fixation, they actually misalign or become misaligned with respect to the bones above and below, neighboring the bone misalign. This is the type of condition chiropractic works best with. During the initial visit at a chiropractor, a chiropractic examination is performed to determine whether or not joint dysfunction is present and therefore a causal or contributing factor with the presenting symptoms. When joint dysfunction occurs along the spine, because the bones are so very close to the nerves, there's a high probability that the joint dysfunction will cause nerve irritation. You see, the spine's intended purpose, if you look at the spinal column, we have 24 bones interlocking that move and provide protection for the nervous system, the spinal cord and the spinal nerves. When the joints are functioning properly, that's exactly what happens. The spinal column protects the spinal cord. However, when joint dysfunction occurs, rather than protecting now the nervous system, it provokes the nervous system, causing symptoms. Joint dysfunction often causes nerve irritation. Depending on where along the spine the irritation occurs, determines where and what types of symptoms occur. For example, up in the neck, you can have nerve irritation that will lead to neck pain, arm or upper extremity pain and discomfort, headaches and head pain. If the nerve irritation occurs in the mid part of the spine, mid-back stiffness and symptoms can occur. In addition, the nerves that go into the internal organs, the lungs and other internal organs, can be affected and cause symptoms. If the nerve irritation occurs in the lower back, then low back discomfort can occur. Disturbance to the function of the pelvic organs like the colon can happen, as well as symptoms radiating down into the lower extremities. So depending on where along the spine the nerve irritation occurs determines the types of symptoms you'll see. Now, are all symptoms caused by joint dysfunction? Absolutely not. And that's another important reason for a chiropractic examination, to determine if joint dysfunction is part of the symptoms that you feel. Some conditions have a high involvement of joint dysfunction, and those are the types of conditions chiropractic treats best. Other types of conditions might have a minor involvement of joint dysfunction, and that's where chiropractic can help improve a condition, or working complementary with another type of treatment can help to resolve a condition. And the third type of condition is when there's really no involvement of spinal joint dysfunction, and that's really not a chiropractic case. Those types of cases we refer to other specialists. Joint dysfunction in the spine, because the spinal nerves are so close to the bones, you can see in this little model, the spinal bones protect and are on either side of the spinal nerves that come out in the middle. Any type of misalignment or irritation right at that spinal nerve creates a symptom. So because of this, joint dysfunction along the spine almost always causes nerve irritation. Now, joint dysfunction occurs at any point two bones come together to form a joint. So you can have joint dysfunction in a shoulder, in an elbow, a hip, a knee, an ankle, a wrist, a hand. Joint dysfunction, when it occurs in the extremities, may or may not cause nerve irritation. If it does, say for instance in the wrist, it can mimic a carpal tunnel type of syndrome or condition. It may not be a true carpal tunnel, it may just simply be joint dysfunction in the wrist that can be easily resolved with some chiropractic treatment. Chiropractic works and adds value through two main vehicles. Number one, the practice of chiropractic, the various types of treatment modalities that I'll go into in other videos in this series. The second is the philosophy of chiropractic, which strives to prevent joint dysfunction from even happening. The philosophy of chiropractic is something that adds tremendous value because it helps empower you to take control of your health. And when you're empowered to take control of your health, and when you realize your health is really a reflection of the dominant habits that you practice every day, when you can make adjustments in those habits, postural habits, lifting habits, rest and activity habits, exercise habits, and other habits, when you can make subtle adjustments, slight adjustments in those habits, and yield or increase the quality of your health and vibrancy, it means everything in your life. Now, until next time, this is Dr. Patrick Dorman, reminding you to always choose your health first, because the rest of your life means more when you first have your health.